I'm going to show you how I went from an unfit, overweight college student to one of the top 100 fittest men in the UK in just 3 years, competing against the likes of Zach George, the gladiator himself. And I've distilled this exact process into a 12-month weight loss program that gets you the results of your dreams so that you can lose weight, keep it off, and ultimately never worry or pay for weight loss again in your life. Sound too good to be true? Click the link below to find out more. Anyway, let's get into my story. If you do one thing for your body confidence this year, make sure you steal these lessons from me and use them for yourself. To understand my journey fully, I need to take you back to my younger days. I was always a really sporty kid, very active. I played every sport you could imagine. I knew from a very, very early age that I was gonna go into the health and fitness space at some point in my career. Weirdly enough, the health and fitness industry didn't really exist back then, but I knew that this was my ultimate calling. However, from a very early age, my relationship with food was warped. Food was treated as both a punishment and a reward in my house. If you behaved, you got treats. If you misbehaved, food was actually withdrawn from you. I'm sure that's a story a lot of you can relate to. And by the way, my parents love me and I love them. I appreciate that they were trying their best at the time, but treating food as both a punishment and a reward for good or bad behavior leads us to a scarcity mindset. Or it teaches us to use food as a self-soothing this is so hard to say. It teaches us to use food as a self-soothing tool when we're stressed, anxious, bored, or lonely. I didn't address my relationship with food early on enough. So when I went to university and I was left to fend for myself, things did not go well. I gained a ton of weight very, very quickly. So much so that I shocked my parents when I returned home for Christmas. Everyone has a wake-up call at some point in their lives. For me, this was it. I had stayed active, playing sports and messing around in the gym, kind of just doing what I liked, but I was definitely not eating the way I should be. By then, I had been dabbling in the CrossFit space for a while. When this wake-up call hit home for me, I decided to take it more seriously. Like most people, I was hooked very early on. The sweat and pain and fatigue you experience during a CrossFit workout is unlike anything you've ever felt before. And I thought, if this doesn't get me fit, nothing will. During my time at university, I began my career as a personal trainer. And I quickly began building up a portfolio of results, helping everyday CrossFit members to upgrade their skills and strength in the gym. I was definitely in better shape, but I still wasn't quite in the physique that I loved yet. When I looked at other people in the gym, I definitely did not feel that confident myself. Whilst I was studying for my sports science degree, I was constantly searching and digging for the silver bullet, the secret ingredient, the thing that I was missing the most when it came to training plans, nutrition plans, or how to get the most out of people's potential, especially my clients. I would be in the library all weekend reading things about physiology, strength training principles, the perfect diet plan, what foods to eat, but the answer wasn't in any of those textbooks. The problem was something I hadn't seen before. It wasn't until I learned this one thing that everything changed for me. I'd been training more and more with greater intensity for some time now, but my physique was lagging behind and I didn't feel like it represented the work I put in the gym. It felt so unfair to see everyone else not struggle with their physique or their nutrition, but for some reason I couldn't figure out the secret ingredient. The weight loss progress I saw in my first year of CrossFit had really hit a wall, and I had stalled and potentially thought that this was as good as it gets for me. I had to figure out how to break through to that next level so I could be happy. Then I found it. That missing link that had made so much sense to me. I picked up a psychology book at the time that had focused around behavior change and habit formation. It was one of the most influential books I'd ever read. And it turns out I'd been looking in the wrong place the whole time. I was always focusing on the how behind weight loss. More training, better nutrition plans, macro splits, more protein. But what I couldn't figure out was why I could not stick to the plan long enough to see results. Why did I keep self-sabotaging at the weekend? Why was I all or nothing with my nutrition? To this day, it is one of the most life-changing discoveries I've ever had. And it has shaped my entire coaching philosophy. So not only has it helped me transform my physique and performance in the gym, but I've also transferred it onto the thousands of everyday CrossFit members I've coached to incredible body confidence. Most of them started in the same place I did. Unfit, overweight, hating the skin that they were in, but they couldn't see any way out. Fast forward, they find CrossFit, they get into shape, they enjoy the community, the gym feels something that's fun for them. But there's still that thing missing. They get some nutrition advice on what to eat, how to structure a nutrition plan, but they don't get any advice on how to change their behaviors, change their beliefs, overcome self-sabotaging and an all or nothing mindset so that they can actually stick to the plan that's going to get results for them. That's what we've built the Virtue Health Premium Label coaching program all around. Not just telling you what to do, but actually showing you how to do it and how to overcome your biggest challenges. That is the person that we are experts at helping. the all or nothing dieter, the self-sabotager, the stress eater, the person who has struggled with weight their entire lives. And here's the big solution I found. We fall short on our goals and self-sabotage and slip up and go off track for two main reasons. Number one, we lack vision for the future. And number two, we lack the self-belief to actually achieve that vision when we do get it in place. If you've struggled with weight your entire life, then it's extremely difficult to picture life any different than it is now. Sure, you might lose a few kilos here and there, but what would that actually do for your mood, your energy, your confidence, how other people see you? That's the stuff that actually inspires change. Not just a number on the scale, but how you actually want to feel and what you want your life to represent. Most people don't have anything near a clear enough vision for their future self, which is why they don't feel motivated to carry on with a diet longer than 2 to 3 weeks at a time. And they don't really know how they want to feel when they do achieve weight loss. Hence, they don't have any motivation to pull them forward, and they always enter this cycle of losing weight, gaining it back, losing weight, gaining it back. That's the only motivation factor they feel. If you've watched enough of my content by now, you'll know how important it is for us to have a future self that pulls your motivation forward rather than something just spins you around in circles. Secondly, compounded over years of being the overweight person or being told you're not good enough, that lack of self-belief is almost second nature for people. Sure, I might lose a couple of kilos, but I always gain it back. So what's the point in even trying this time? My life changed when I decided to set a clear future vision for myself. I wanted to go to the CrossFit Games. I wanted to be one of the fittest men in the UK. I wanted to compete at a high level in CrossFit. I wanted the notoriety and the reputation that came along with that. I wanted to be like the incredible athletes I saw in my gym every day. Having that clear vision and that support network in front of you every day of people who have achieved the things that you're looking to achieve just helps to reaffirm the belief that everything is possible for you. If you ever doubt yourself, you've got visible proof of it happening right in front of your eyes. You can also measure visually how much closer you're getting to the competitive athletes in your gym when you catch them up in a class workout. Unfortunately, most people don't have anything like this when it comes to their weight loss process. It's why we place such an emphasis on the community we've built inside Virtue Health. You need to be around people who inspire you and have overcome challenges that you're struggling with right now. So in short, my process from an unfit, overweight teenager to one of the fittest men in the UK took a long time. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in 90 days. And I wasted a ton of time and effort because I didn't have a clear plan with an end destination in mind. I don't want you to struggle for the same amount of time that I did. So if you're ready to stop waiting for something to change, and you actually want to take responsibility, take control, and change your life forever, then we are the best possible place for you to be. You want to be working with a team of relatable, like-minded, supportive individuals who are all crushing their goals and want to see you win on the same mission. If you want to lose weight, keep it off, and never have to pay or worry about weight loss again for the rest of your life, you need to be on our team. There's a link below this video to apply to work with us. If you're a good fit for our program, no more waiting, no more guessing, no more hoping for change. It's absolutely guaranteed. 12 months with us and you'll never pay or worry about weight loss again in your life. And if you take nothing else from this content, just remember those two main hurdles you have to overcome. You have to set a clearer vision for what your future looks like and feels like, what it's going to do for you and the people around you. And number two, you have to find a way to craft your self-belief every single day. Whether it's a mantra, a power sentence, affirmations, just having something to push towards tomorrow. The only way you lose at this game is if you give up. So don't give up.